All right, it says I am live. Hello, everyone. My name is Helene Foy. Uh, Welcome to my channel. If you have not been here already, it has been a hot minute since I have done a live stream on my channel. I literally went back to make the thumbnail today, and I saw like the last thumbnail I'd made for a live stream was sometime in July, like beginning of July or something. Far too long. I need to be better about making live stream schedules so that I will do more of them because I love these so much. And yeah, it's been far too long. And I see that Abby has already hopped on. Abby said, OMG, I'm so excited for this. It's been so long. I know. Oh my gosh. Enrique is here. Hello. Abby, I'm working on a new fantasy project that I'm still in the brainstorming phase for. I'm hoping to be drafting it by November's NaNoWriMo. It's my first time building a world too. Ooh, that's so exciting. Is this your first fantasy project out of curiosity? That's awesome. And I haven't worked on it like at all this week because I picked up another class and school has practically ruled my life the past week. Doesn't that suck? Like how much time one class can take up. You think, oh yeah, I'll have time. I can do one more class, it's fine. It's crazy, man. My goodness. I hope you find the balance, Abby. I know the struggle. Yes. Oh yes, the struggle is weird. Is real. It's also weird. It's also weird. Heather is here. Hello, Heather. And everyone's saying hello. And oh, the comments jumped. The Legend of Rune is here. Hello. I should be working on my current project, but I'm starting the outlining phase for the sequel to the novel I'm writing now. Yes. I feel like, okay. I feel like this could go either way because there's definitely some times where I've procrastinated on my current novel by writing the sequel to it. But I feel like also sometimes it can be motivating to start working on the sequel. So then you get excited, like, oh, I can't wait till I get to this part. And then you get motivated to keep writing the project you're working on. Yeah, outlining always gets me inspired. That's awesome. And then Heather says, I know the feeling. I have so many projects in vast stages on drafts, edits, and outlines. I feel that. I feel that. Abby says, hello. We need an update on your stories. Oh, I am more than happy to oblige. Not much has happened. It's going to be probably a little disappointing. But I have been working more on Project Goldwings. My goal for this latest Camp NaNoWriMo was to get through chapter 20 of Project Goldwings. So I got about halfway through chapter 20, which was pretty good because I wrote about 2.5 chapters total over Camp Nano in July. So that was pretty successful for me, considering my workload and my schedule and stuff. But I am finishing up chapter 20 for Project Goldwings during this live stream, and I've actually started a personal challenge to myself. If any of you follow me on Instagram, oh, I forgot, I should have linked that down below. But my Instagram is Helene Foy Writes, and if you check me out there, I kind of wrote a little bit about my personal challenge that I've set for myself, which is basically to write 900 words a day during this month, basically. And I'm doing that with the hope that I will finish Project Goldwings by the end of August. So I kind of did all the calculations and I have about 9 chapters left and I'm estimating about 3,000 words per chapter. So that's about 27,000 words that I need to write to get to the end of Project Goldwings. So I'm a little bit behind, but nothing I can't catch up on. So I'm hoping to get a few extra words today because I already got my 900 I need for today. So anything I write during this live stream is going to be extra to help me catch up. But yeah. And then Legend of Rune, I originally thought that my book would be a trilogy, but it's looking like it will be about 6 books. I feel that too. Oh my goodness. The Rishindi Chronicles, Project Idimph, that I was writing. That was my first book I ever finished all the way. And it was supposed to be a fantasy duology because I was like, I'm not writing another fantasy trilogy. There's too many of them. And then I was like, as I was outlining the first one, I was like, oh crap. I think this is going to be a trilogy. And it's a trilogy now, but I love it. Trilogies are great. There's a reason there's so many of them. And Abby said, "It's my first fantasy. It's about a world that is ruled by a bloodline of royals that are protected by a castle that is enchanted. My main character is the heir to the throne." Have you ever read it's by Jessica Day George. It's called like Tuesdays in the Castle or something like that. And it's a middle grade book, I think, but I read it several years ago. And I just remember so vividly. It was about a castle that was almost sentient. I think that's how I pronounce the word sentient, right? Yeah, I know how to spell it. You guys know what I mean. And so basically it would expand when like there were guests coming over, like it knew when there were guests coming over, so it would expand or it decreased or it put up fortifications to protect the royal family. Like it was I just remember that so clearly. It was super cool. Anyway, oh, and then this continues. But her mother has just died of a disease, and normally the royals can't die. Oh, dang. More royals start dying of this disease that takes over their mind and basically makes them hate everything. The main character needs to cure this disease before she becomes queen, and on her journey, she gets the disease and basically has to fight herself. The rest of the book. Oh, I love this so much. It's my first fantasy. Sorry for the long message. Oh no. Oh no, you guys, please. I always love hearing like little snippets or synopsi of yeah, people's stories. Oh my goodness. Hoping for it to be a duology. That's awesome. Yes, I agree. I've not read it, but we'll need to check it out. It's really great. I mean, I did read this several years ago, like many years ago, but I remember it being really interesting, just the whole concept of it. Rika, I'm working on chapter 4. Yes, of my young adult novel, The Beauty of Stars. Oh, I'm so excited to read this. I cannot wait. Yes. All right, so we are about 7 minutes into this live stream. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start us off with a 15-minute sprint to warm up. And then after that, I will be taking suggestions for other sprint times. So let me know in the comments what you think our next sprint time should be. And all right, Holly Davis is here. I need accountability tonight. Oh, low key, that's also what inspired me to do the live stream again. Because at first I was like, I really wanted to do a live stream when I first started this challenge, but I knew that I would get so distracted if I went on someone else's live stream or whatever, and it wasn't a good time for me to live stream for whatever reason. But tonight I was like, I need to get these words in. I need to do a live stream. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So we are just about to hop into our first sprint. It's going to be 15 minutes long. And let me go ahead and get the banner going. All right, so 15 minutes is on the clock, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. All right, so that is time, everyone. Could you hear the timer out of curiosity? Let me know if you could, because I cannot remember if I allowed audio when I shared the screen. I always forget to do that. So let me know. If you couldn't hear it, I will try to make some adjustments, or I'll just like sit there and go beep, 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 whichever. Yeah, so that was our first sprint. How did everybody do? I see we have some more comments that popped up throughout the sprint. Legend of Rune said, I'm hoping to finish the first book by the end of the year. That's exciting. And also, can we just take a moment to say how crazy it is that this year is almost over? Like, it's August, you guys. That's ridiculous. I feel like we just started. And then Abby said, when you come up with a cool title for your book and go on Google to see if someone hasn't already taken it. That I have yet to Google my titles that I have for my books, but the problem is most of the titles I have are not going to be the final titles yet. They're just like working titles, so I have something to call them. But I'm sure that's going to be a struggle. Dang, Legend of Rune. That's something I'm struggling with, not with my current book, but with some of the others that I've planned. There's already a book with those names, and it's making it hard. Oh, dang. That sucks. Or the worst is, like, I've seen a lot of indie authors who have published their books, right? And then a bigger traditionally published author will come up, like, publish a book with the same title. That would suck so bad. But what can you do, you know? I agree. My current whip's title is giving me John Green vibes. Yes. But not too bad though. I feel like too, as long as the title isn't the exact same, I feel like that's okay. Because I mean, at least with young adult books, for a while there, it was like a blank of blank and blank, like A Court of Thorns and Roses, or A Curse So Dark and Lonely. You know, I feel like that was a thing for so long. And it got a little confusing to me because there were so many titles like that. But I feel like there's trends like that, you know? So I couldn't hear a timer. Okay. Well, good to know. I will have to reshare my screen because, yeah. Legend of Room, yep, didn't hear a timer. Neither did I. All right. I will make a note of that. Yeah, that sucks. Hopefully, you can find out a new title or something. Yep. The worst is when you come up with a super original idea for a story, then you find out there's literally already a novel about that idea. That happened to me one time, and this was probably back in like middle school, high school. So I mean, it's not like I was probably going to get it published anyway, but because I had never finished a novel at that point. I had not sat down and like written a whole novel. It was just an idea. I was like, oh, this would be fun to write in the future. And so basically it was this really original twist to like the Robin Hood legend, but I was looking through my Overdrive, my library app one day, and I saw someone had literally already taken the exact idea and written a book about it. So I was kind of sad. But also, over the years, I feel like more and more as I've watched AuthorTube videos and just gotten more involved in the writing community, I feel like there's something to say about, you know, you can have very similar ideas. And I feel like a lot of books are all inspired from similar things, especially in the same genre. But I feel like everyone writes it differently too. So, yeah, that's nice. That was a really long, I feel like that was kind of an argument like to myself. I don't know. That felt very circular. I see that Abby had written, I didn't get much done. I'm trying to figure out who's behind the disease and what is going to be able to cure it. Oh, I meant when you're like, yeah, my characters are going to figure out how to do this. And then you're like, wait, now I need to figure out how that actually works. Yes. Oh, I hate that. I love heists. And I'm having kind of a heist for the end of my novel of Project Goldwings. But I was like, okay, so they get into the castle. And then I was like, oh crap, now I have to figure out how they do that because I have no idea. I got 269 words and finished the first scene of chapter 4. On to the next. Yes, I'm so excited. I should see how many words I got. Give me 5 seconds. Let me check. Also, anyone else who has not shared how they did, I can't English today. Let me know. I would love to hear how you did. So I wrote 231 words, which is pretty good. And also, halfway through that sprint, I just remembered something that I used to do a long time ago when I would do live streams. And I don't know if any of you guys were there for the very beginning when I first started doing live streams, you'll remember this. For those of you who are new, this is going to be a new thing. But I did confetti. I had actually cut up all these little confetti pieces kind of as a joke. I think it was with Madeline Monahan. She was about to hit a really big goal. So I cut up a bunch of confetti and I told her, I am going to throw some confetti for you when you meet your goal. So I still have that confetti. I found it again during this sprint. So if any of you guys hit any personal goals, outlining goals, word goals, scene goals, things like that, let me know and I will throw some confetti in your honor because it's been a hot minute since I've done that. It's been a hot minute. Abby said also on the idea that sometimes your idea is exactly the same as another person's. When a reader reads something, they often want to read more of that kind of thing. Exactly. That's a lot of times that's why they pick up your book too. Like, oh, it reminds me of this other book I read and I really liked that or whatever, or it has similar elements. Exactly. Also, before I forget, if any of you have suggestions for our next sprint time, go ahead and start commenting those down below. The first time I see is the one that we're going to do. I'm good with ramping it up if you guys want to do slightly longer ones, like between the 20 or 22 mark. But it's up to you guys. The first one I see. And then Abby had said, so similar ideas are not really something I worry about. Most readers either don't care that they're similar or like the fact that they are like another book they read. Exactly. Legend of Rune, I wrote down a really basic idea of what I want for an ending to the second book. Ooh, I'll eventually have to think of an ending to the series at some point. That's exciting. I love endings. It's weird. I feel like when I outline, I usually go really in depth with the beginning and the middle, but for some reason the endings are really, like, I know the basic, like, okay, they're going to end up here. They're going to end up at the castle or something like that. But I don't necessarily know the mechanics of the ending until I get there because I feel like characters change. You know, I've added elements as I write that I can use to help the final battle that I don't necessarily know about when I'm outlining. So I feel like, yeah, I usually don't really know what is going to happen for the end until I get there. But that's exciting. Yes, the confetti is back. I know. I was so excited. Okay, so the first one I saw was 22-23. That was Abby. But then I also see 2021. So I like that. That is our current year. So let's do 22-23 for the second sprint and then 2021 for the third sprint. Does that sound good? And then we can do our fourth sprint and I'll have you guys suggest times. Renee is here. Hello. What outline method do you use? I've actually used quite a few, and I feel like, honestly, it'll be different for every project. The one I'm using right now for Project Goldwings is the 3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter method by Caddytastic on YouTube, or that's where I first saw it. And I do like it because it gives like a pretty, I don't know, I don't really know how to explain it. It defines things pretty well. Like, okay, this is the chapter where consequences happen. This is an action chapter. Now this is kind of a reaction or consequences chapter to what just happened. So that's kind of nice. But it is very structured. So I have thoughts. About this outlining method, and it could just be for the story I'm currently writing. That's the reason I'm having kind of tension with it. But usually I think what I will use is kind of just a bullet point method. So I'll have your basic 3-act structure, and you have your plot point 1, plot point 2, aka the midpoint, plot point 3, your ending, resolution, all that stuff. You'll have your basic points, and then between those, I'll bullet point, little scenes in between. That's typically what I'll do. Let me know, you guys. I haven't done like an outlining video, I don't think, in a while. So let me know if you'd be interested in seeing a video from me about my opinions on the 3-act, 9-block, 27-chapter method, or I guess writing outline video in general. Let me know. Do you stick with 27 chapters or do more chapters? So this is my first time using this method. So I stuck with 27 chapters. I do have a prologue, but I'm not calling it a prologue because I feel like a lot of readers like skip over prologues. So I'm just kind of making it a little chapter at the beginning. So technically 28 if you count that. But besides that, I have about 27 chapters. So that is nice because a positive of using that method is that I know how many chapters I have, and it's really fun because I can kind of calculate how close I am to the end, how many chapters I have left. So that's kind of nice. Yes, I'd love to see that video. Ooh, okay. Well, I might have to make one of those. I feel like that'd be really fun. And then I could plan out and kind of get my thoughts in order a little bit better so I can explain my opinions on all of these. Abby, I think an outlining video on that method would be awesome because I actually want to try the method for this book I'm working on. Ooh, Autumn really convinced me to try it because she's using it. Yes. Actually, I think Madeline Monahan introduced it to Autumn and I. Okay, I'd seen it before, but I'd kind of forgotten about it. And then she reintroduced me to it. And there are a lot of good things about it that I'm really enjoying. But also, struggles. I feel like that's the same with any outlining method. All right, so let me go ahead and load up 2223, but the problem is, okay, I have to reshare the screen so that I share the audio and you can actually hear the timer when it goes off. Okay, so I'm going to share it. Good. Okay. Hopefully the timer will go off. Let me know, you guys. So I'm going to load up 2223. And this is our second sprint. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. All right, that is time, you guys. How did everybody do? That was our second sprint. I got 223 words for that one, and then I also started eating dinner because I realized I have not eaten dinner yet, and it's like 7 o'clock in my time, so it's not super late or anything, but started eating dinner. Okay, trying to see where I left off at in the comments. And Renee had said, I've been using the save the cat method, but it's just so intense. I have actually never tried the save the cat method, and I feel like I really want to try it because, I mean, I feel like literally every author tuber you hear about is like, oh my gosh, Save the Cat is amazing. So of course I want to try it, but also I could see how it could be really intense. And part of me thinks that I would really appreciate that because I like planning things out. I appreciate the organization and having a well thought out plan. But I also feel like creatively, it might be kind of draining. So maybe one of these days, maybe one of my other videos will be I'll try the save the cat method and then do a little vlog about it. That could be interesting. Oh, and Shay has joined us. Hello. I didn't even see you there. Welcome. Everyone's saying hello. And Sarah had joined us, popping in to say hey. Hope you get all the words tonight. Rika got 142 words. That is awesome. The cover the cover clovers. I read that as the clover covers. I even know this. The cover clovers. I know this. This is Amanda on another account. I had school today and been super busy. I'm a junior now. Awesome. Finally got a little time to write. Thank you so much for the stream. I'm a pop off now. Well, thank you so much for commenting and for popping in. I hope you get all the words. I'm sure you're gone by now, but I hope you do. That's awesome, you guys. And so if anyone wants to comment, I do have a time for this third stream. We are going to go with the 2021 for this third stream. But if anyone wants to comment a time for our fourth and final stream, go ahead and start commenting that down below. The first number I see is the one I'm going to choose. And also, if any of you guys have any personal milestones that you have hit during the stream or that you hit during the last sprint or you're going to try to hit during these last two sprints, let me know because I do have my confetti here and I will throw some in your honor for any personal milestones that you hit. Oh, comments skipped. Abby said, I sat there staring at my notebook trying to figure out the story. What do y'all do when you're trying to figure out something and it's just not coming? Personally, sometimes it helps to change scenery. So I kind of migrate throughout the day when I write to either like my desk upstairs or a table upstairs or the dining table here or our little kitchen counter or outside. Sometimes outside or even just taking a walk can be really nice. Pinterest is always great. Oh my goodness. You look up character inspiration or writing inspiration on there, or, you go to your writing inspiration boards that you've saved, and that can be amazing. Sometimes even watching AuthorTube videos. Those actually really help me. Watching my other AuthorTube friends kind of just talk about what they're writing, and then it gets me pumped to write, or it will give me an idea like, ooh, this is a method that they used. Maybe I should try. I don't know. That's what helps me personally. I'm so glad I got to catch you. 25, perfect. And Legend of Rune, 2,424. In that last sprint? What? I'm kind of shook. Or is this for like the whole day? Let me know. That's amazing. Shay, I've just been crocheting, but I do want to get some words. Crocheting is also productive though. It is also creative. I wish I could crochet. My sister knits. She's knitting me a sweater, my little sister. It's so cute. She meets up with a bunch of ladies at a coffee shop nearby on Saturdays, and she'll just have like a little knitting party and stuff Saturday mornings, and it's amazing. And Maddie is here. So glad I could at least join in the comments. I'm so glad you were able to pop in. The Legend of Rune, the time for the next sprint. That makes a lot of sense. I was so like, my mind just exploded there for a little bit. Okay, 2424. I like that. Very nice. That is going to be the time for our fourth and final sprint. So that being said, let's go ahead and jump into our third sprint so that we have time to get all the sprints in so that we can kind of end around the 2 hour mark. That's usually where I try to cap it off at. So the time was 2021 in honor of the year that we are in. Let me go ahead and add this to stream. All right. 2021 is on the clock. This is our third sprint. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. All right, that is time. Had to get a few more words there at the end. All right. There we go. I was trying to remember how to work StreamYard. My goodness, you guys. How did everybody do for that sprint? I have to tally up my words real fast. I did eat the rest of my dinner. It was very good. I am super stuffed now. And I wrote 284 words during that sprint. So, probably after our fourth and final sprint, I'll tally up all the words that I wrote today because I had already written 900 words today before I started this live stream. And my goal was 900 words for today. So any of these words I wrote during my live stream are all going to be extra because I'm a little behind the personal goal I set for myself. So these extra words I'm getting will help me catch up a little bit. And I saw that we had some comments here. The Legend of Rune. This is not something that I've written yet, but it's going to be in one of the chapters coming up. Stop, Nina shouts. The zombies freeze, repeating the words stop. Oh, also, I I almost read Nina as ninja for a second, and that like made the scene something completely different. But I really like that. Dang. It's exciting. Abby said, just had a mini epiphany about the book. Now to scram until the last minute with brainstorming. I feel that. 502 words? What? That's amazing. Very nice job. And the second scene is done. On to the last one for chapter 4. Oh, I'm so excited. That's amazing, you guys. Also, once again, let me know, did anyone hit any personal goals, personal, I don't know, scene goals, chapter goals, word goals, outlining goals? Let me know. I'm itching to throw some confetti here. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing, you guys. I'm writing a really fun scene right now because a lot of what, I mean, I'm in Act 3 right now for Project Goldwings, and so things are ramping up toward the climax. It's going to get pretty intense. It's already been pretty intense up until this point, to be honest. And so I'm writing a really fun scene right now where my characters, it's just kind of a lighthearted comedic scene just to show my characters interacting and the different dynamics and stuff between them. And of course, it all feeds into character building and their personal character arcs and things. But it's just been really fun to write. And the words have actually been coming pretty quickly. I feel like scenes where my characters interact and have fun conversations, I don't know, they always seem to come quicker to me, which is always really nice because I think it's just allowing my characters to be themselves, you know? So that's always fun. Then hopefully I finish this chapter during the next sprint. Yes, fingers crossed. And Autumn just popped in. Hello, Autumn. I'm glad you could pop into the chat. Abby said that went pretty well for me. I kind of broke through with my brainstorming, and now I know why this disease is killing my royals in my book. Yes. Oh, isn't that the best? Isn't that the best when there's something you've been struggling with and then you get an epiphany and it's so perfect? Yes. I love it. All right, so our last sprint is going to be 24 minutes and 24 seconds. To clarify, we're not doing like a 2,000-hour sprint, 2,000-minute sprint. That would be a little wild. And I know we just finished the last sprint, but I think we should start now. That way we have a little bit of time to talk and then still wrap up around the 2-hour mark. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to stream. And again, I have to remember how all this works. 24. That's also okay. Can we take a moment to appreciate how satisfying that number is, though? Because not only is it like the same number repeated, but like you can do 2 times 2 to equal 4, and they're both even numbers, and it's like a pattern. I don't know, man. I love it. It's a very satisfying number to me. All right, so this is going to be our fourth and final sprint. 24 is on the clock, and I'm going to go ahead and start the timer in 3, 2, 1. All right, so that was our fourth and final sprint, you guys. How did everybody do? Let me take this banner off. So I didn't actually tally up how many I got for that particular sprint, but I did tally up how many words I wrote today total. And I got 1,693 words, which is pretty good. That's like NaNoWriMo level words. Like I feel like you need 1,667 words a day for NaNoWriMo. So that's pretty good, you guys, considering we're in summer and I'm not trying to do like a NaNoWriMo challenge. And my goal was 900. That is almost double. That's almost double my word goal for the day. So that's pretty awesome. I added another about 700 words. So I am catching up on my personal challenge. I see that Abby had said, I figured out that my main character is the chosen one because she's the only one who can overcome the disease, not because of her strength, because of the people around her and her beliefs. Ooh, I like that. I feel like one of the hardest things about writing, or for me, a lot of times, especially when it comes to like fantasy novels and things, is trying to figure out why my character is the chosen one. Like what makes them special. And I haven't written a story about like a prophecy or whatever yet, where it's like prophesied that they're going to be the chosen one. So yeah, that can be such an issue trying to figure out why my character, why are they the main character? Why are they the only ones who can do this? So it's always interesting. And I'm glad that you figured that out. That's awesome. And then Autumn had said, hello. Legend of Rune. I worked on the beginning of the outline for the second book, and so far it's looking good. Nice. Oh, that's exciting. I love outlines, you guys. Outlines are so fun because it's like you're writing the whole story, but you can write it like in a day, depending on how detailed your outline is. I don't know. It's just fun. It's just like all discovery and yeah, kind of like pantsing, but for plotters, because you kind of get to pants the outline or just kind of like write through the whole outline, maybe move some things around. I don't know. It's just a lot simpler than writing a whole book. And I don't know. It's really fun. I like it. Everyone else, go ahead and let me know how you did. Overall, 6,070. But I got distracted reading The Hate U Give. I have not yet read that book, but I heard it's really good. Also, 6,070 words. That is amazing. My goodness. I think 6,000 was probably the most words I've ever written in a day before, somewhere in the 6,000 mark. That is incredible. Very nice job. Let me know, you guys, if you have any personal milestones. If not, that's okay. But I do really want to throw this confetti, so let me know. You can even make up a personal milestone. I don't care. I'm not going to question it. I'll just throw the confetti. Ooh, I also forgot to mention I did finish a chapter, and I started a new one. I think I started the new chapter about during our third sprint. So I'm a fair ways into the new chapter, which is exciting because I have been on chapter 20 since NaNoWriMo, Camp NaNoWriMo. So this is good. I finally moved on from the chapter. This chapter that I've moved into is going to be a lot. There's a lot of scenes happening in this chapter, and I'm going to try to work really hard to keep the scenes as short as I can because I feel like, I don't know, I don't want this chapter to be too long. But also, I don't know, some of the scenes need to be longer. So we're going to see how it goes. The Legend of Rune, I used to pants my stories, but I realized I really needed to make some kind of outline. They end up being really detailed in some areas and not detailed in other areas, and this seems to help. Yeah, I think so. That's a nice balance there. Abby, I did quite a bit more brainstorming for my new book, and I'm so glad I decided to work on this project this stream. Yes! Brainstorming is also very fun. I'm glad you all could join us. Well, it's getting pretty close to that time, you guys. We're almost at the 2-hour mark, so I'm going to go ahead and start wrapping up. I'll do my little outro. First of all, thank you all for showing up. It has been a hot minute, and I'm so glad that I am able to write with you guys again. Congratulations on all the progress that y'all made, and I hope you make even more progress and have a lot of fun with your various projects. Once again, please don't forget to like this stream. It helps support me and my channel. And also subscribe if you're not already. I'm hoping to be doing more live streams. Hopefully a few more this week, depending on, I may go on a camping trip or not, but we're not sure. But if I don't go on a camping trip, I really want to try to do a lot more live streams this week. So make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be alerted. And I also have an Instagram account where I post writing related content, things like writing prompts, writing aesthetics, and updates about my writing and my life. And thank you all. Thank you all for coming. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.